Today, we're going to talk about the new aircraft China has unveiled. But before we begin, let's take one step back. Because the real key aircraft in this story is not the newly introduced ones. On that day, one aircraft was deliberately brought to the forefront in the sky, the J-20, China's most advanced stealth fighter. The new platforms did not fly alone. The J-20 was right beside them. And that was definitely not a coincidence. China was essentially saying this: this is our current level. And now we are moving beyond it. The J-20 was not used as an escort, but as a benchmark. It was deliberately placed in the same frame so we could understand the size, the role, and why these new aircraft are being labeled 6th generation. So the question is this: does China still see the J-20 as the pinnacle? Or has it already turned it into a transitional aircraft on the way to something more advanced? Because if, on the same day, two new fighter aircraft, a new AWACS, and an aircraft carrier with an electromagnetic catapult system are unveiled, then we are not just talking about new platforms, we are talking about a new doctrine. So let's take a closer look at what actually happened in the sky that day. Let's start with the first platform that took off. The moment it appeared, social media began referring to it as China's 6th generation aircraft. With its tailless design, wide wings, and unconventional airframe shape, many observers interpreted it not as a classic fighter, but as a long-range strike platform. This aircraft flew alongside the J-20, and that detail is critical. Even next to the already large J-20, this new platform appeared noticeably bigger. And that naturally raised an important question. What was this aircraft designed to carry? A large internal weapons bay, long range, and high payload capacity suggest that this platform was designed for strategic missions. Deep strikes, long duration operations, and high-value targets. Another striking detail during flight was the fully deployed control surfaces along the trailing edge of the wings. At first glance, they look like speed brakes, but modern fly-by-wire aircraft no longer rely on traditional speed brakes. Instead, the aircraft uses whichever control surfaces the pilot is not actively commanding to manage deceleration and stability. That is most likely what we're seeing here. The tailless design doesn't just reduce radar signature, it also shifts all maneuvering authority onto these control surfaces. This strongly suggests the presence of an extremely advanced flight control and software system behind the scenes. Shortly after this aircraft, a second platform took to the sky, and the picture became even clearer. Referred to on social media as the J-36, this aircraft features a twin-engine configuration and presents a much more traditional fighter profile. It appears more compact, more agile, and more focused on air-to-air combat. The fact that it was escorted by a fighter aircraft further reinforces the idea that this platform is closer to a pure air superiority role. And this is where the critical question emerges. Is China developing a single, 6th generation aircraft, or is it building two distinct next-generation platforms with shared roles? One heavy, long-range, and strategically focused. The other faster, more agile, and optimized for air superiority. This approach aligns perfectly with the modern systems of systems concept we see in contemporary air warfare doctrine. Not one super aircraft, but multiple platforms designed to complement each other. And the story doesn't end there. The new AWACS aircraft unveiled the same day reveals how these fighters are meant to be managed and coordinated. With extended range, long endurance, and advanced radar systems, this platform serves as the brain of the air battle. Meanwhile, the newly revealed aircraft carrier, equipped with an electromagnetic catapult system, shows exactly where these aircraft are expected to operate from, and under what kind of naval power projection doctrine. So the question is no longer, did China just unveil new aircraft? The real question is this: is China already building the future of air warfare today? The true capabilities of these aircraft will, of course, reveal themselves over time. Their sensors, software, artificial intelligence integration, and production capacity will be decisive. But one thing is already clear. Any country capable of rolling out this many advanced platforms within just a few weeks should not be underestimated. We'll continue to follow these developments closely. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.